Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you our family's favorite Advent resources, as well as just chat a little bit about what our homeschool routine is going to look like this December. I'm also going to share what some of our family's favorite Christmas traditions are. Before we get into that though, I would love to hear from you. What is your homeschool routine going to look like this year? And how do you bring meaning to this time of year as you spend time together as a family? Please share what some of your ideas are in the description below. One of the tremendous benefits of homeschooling is that you have so much more time allotted to you to really develop a family culture and traditions and things that are going to create memories that last a lifetime. And one of our favorite things to do this time of year is to have a devotional that we do all together as a family as we lead up to Christmas. If you're not familiar with Advent, it traditionally starts the fourth Sunday before Christmas, and that's kind of this period of waiting in anticipation for Jesus to come. And as Christians, Jesus is the reason for this entire season, and so it is rightly fitting that we spend some time dedicated to focusing on Christ, and Advent is a great opportunity to bring a whole lot of meaning to this season. If you haven't already started something for Advent, it's never too late to get your mind and your heart set in the right place before Christmas comes. Over the last several years, we have been going through the series by Arnold Itriad. It starts out with Jotham's Journey and Bartholomew's Passage, Tabitha's Travels, and Ishtar's Odyssey. We are actually working on Tabitha's Travels this year. We have done the other three books in the past, but these are super fun books to go through as your family. It follows the story of these kids during the time of the birth of Christ. These kids are on some kind of journey that crisscrosses with each other, and some of them are even present at the birth of Christ. They are completely fictional, but it is a fun story to kind of get your mindset and understanding a little bit about what the time period was like when Jesus was born, how people lived and interacted, and the effects of the birth of Christ and the events leading up to him. You read a chapter every day, and then there's some kind of discussion question or main point that drives you back to Christ and the message of the gospel. Forewarning though, there are some violent encounters in these where some people do get killed, and there's some attacks and things like that. So that was par for course for life back then, but if that's something that your kids might be sensitive to, this might be better to wait until they're maybe middle to upper elementary. We have done these with all of our kids starting age 5 or 6, and they have been totally fine with them and have loved them. After we read a chapter, our kids are like, read another, and they just want to keep going. That's when you know you've got a winner. So I highly suggest Jotham's Journey, Bartholomew's Passage, Ishtar's Odyssey, and Tabitha's Travels. They are a great find. And I will put links to all of these in the description below if you want to pick one up for yourself for this year or save it until next year. The Jotham's Journey series are really fun to read and exciting and engaging, but they don't have a ton of Bible study devotion to it. So I wanted to add something to that effect this year. And so we're going to be going through the book Waiting for Jesus. This is from the Daily Grace Co. We're a couple days into this now at this point, since Advent has already started, but this is a fun one to just go through the family tree of Jesus and the hope of Christmas and leading up to Christ. So it helps us to get centered on Jesus, who is the reason for the season. Another study that we have done a couple of years ago is Slow and Sacred Advent by Jennifer Naraki. She is a homeschool mom. She actually passed away a few years ago due to cancer, but she created this beautiful legacy devotional. Is actually a PDF download that you can get. If you are a Charlotte Mason style homeschooler, this would be one that you would absolutely love. Or even if you just really love some hands-on projects and want to get involved in some activities and things to do with your kids that are going to create beautiful memories, this is a good one to do. It truly just helps you to slow down and savor the season and really put our hearts focused on Jesus and building this time together as a family. So this is full of a ton of beautiful things like some responsive readings. It's got Bible verses. It has hymns in it. It has some copy work that is based on scriptures and some catechism ideas to talk about. It has some inward reflections that you go through a couple times a week to help you kind of just center your mind on what we should be focused on this time of year. And then going along with that, it has some outward expressions with some ideas of handcrafts and activities that you can do together as a family, like planting seeds and making a garland. It has some delicious recipes in here. So many things in here that are beautiful and just focusing on truth, goodness, and beauty. I know a lot of homeschool families kind of put a pause on all of their traditional studies for the month of December and only do some of these kinds of things during the month, and that is awesome if that's something that you plan to do. As for our schedule, what we are planning to do this year, like we do pretty much every year, is that we do our normal traditional schoolwork for the first 2 weeks of December, and then we always take the last 2 weeks before Christmas off completely so that we can have some time to do a lot of the Christmas baking and decorating and activities and fun just holiday tradition things that we'd like to do as a family. And then we always take the week after Christmas leading up to New Year's off too, just to kind of chill and relax after the busy holiday season. One of our family's favorite Christmas traditions is putting up all of our Christmas decorations on the day after Thanksgiving, and really started to get in the holiday spirit. We decorated our tree last night. We always make cookies that day so that we can have cookies and eggnog while we decorate our tree and play Christmas music, and that is something that our kids look forward to every year. Traditionally, we have always gone to a Christmas tree farm to hunt down and cut down a Christmas tree, but now in the place that we live, that's not really an option, so we decided to purchase our very first fake Christmas tree. And so far, I am really loving it. I thought I was really gonna be disappointed, but I love that we can set it up earlier and leave it up longer. What about you? Are you a fake tree or a real tree kind of person? Let me know below. Another tradition is that we love to bake a ton of Christmas cookies, like I'm sure all of you do as well. Sometime either the day before Christmas Eve or on Christmas Eve, we normally will package up a lot of those cookies and deliver them to friends and family or neighbors. Our kids have fun making cards that we get to deliver with those. Another thing that my kids would probably tell you is their favorite Christmas tradition. And there's one night, normally in that last week right before Christmas, where we have our kids get ready for bed as usual, and then we tell them to pack up and we hit the road in our car in our pajamas. We go get hot cocoa or tea from the coffee stand or bring cookies with us, and we drive around and look at Christmas lights. And that's always been just some great memories. We normally try to do like a scavenger hunt of sorts. My husband and I will call out who can find Frosty first or something like that, and then we're all on the lookout for a lot of those favorite Christmas things that we like to see and lights on people's houses. So that is always a super fun tradition for us. Another thing that we do is have each of our kids draw one of their siblings' names, and that is the sibling that they get to buy gifts for Christmas. And we normally set a dollar limit, and historically we have given them the money for them to go buy gifts. This year though, my husband came up with the idea of making a list of jobs that they can do around the house to earn actual money. So there will be things that are assigned a dollar amount, and the kids can choose that job for them to work out, and then when it's completed to our satisfaction, they will get paid the money that has been allotted for that. And then that money that they make, they'll be able to use to buy their gift for their sibling, and if there's any left over, if there's someone else that they want to purchase something for, they can use that for that. I'm excited to see how that goes. Another fun thing that we do every single year, and have ever since our babies were born, every year on Christmas Eve, they get to open 2 gifts. One is a new pair of Christmas pajamas that they get to wear that night, and then the second one is a new ornament. Normally I try to find an ornament that has something to do with what they have been really interested in that year. Those are really fun things to have as keepsakes that they look forward to every year in anticipation about what their ornament is going to be for this year. What are some of your favorite Christmas traditions? Please drop those in the comments below. I'm always looking for ideas of new things to incorporate into our family and just really build the magic of this season and focus our hearts on Christ as well. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button below. It really helps my channel out a whole lot, and I wish you a very, very blessed Christmas season. Bye.